Hey, welcome to the show, and excuse me for the background as we are actually building a new studio for the Nico's photography show. Today is the 6th of September of 2016. Fujifilm has announced a few things in the last week. First of all, they've announced a price increase of RA4 paper, which is color printing paper, either for the digital or for film in the darkroom paper. It's basically the same one. It's exposed to light, developed with chemicals, as a photography paper would do. That means that the prices of either your darkroom prints or your 1 hour prints are going to go up in price. But it's not just a little bit of a bump, it's up to the 2-digit raise that they're going to go up. So if you do like color printing, I recommend you buy some film because the prices are going to go up soon. On the other hand, Fujifilm has good news. They've recently announced that they will be making Instax mini film in black and white. This means that their line will not only have color now, but black and white. As you know, recently they discontinued the FP3000B, which was the last instant film in black and white from Fuji. And then they discontinued the FP100C, which was the last pack film made by Fuji and by anyone else at the moment. And this is good news for the those that want to use, black and white as a medium for instant film. Impossible still does make black and white film, but Instax is usually being a name for consistency with the results. So we'll be expectant for results with that film, which is coming out October 2016. In other good news, Shanghai film is back. It was actually said that the factories closed a few maybe months ago, maybe even a year ago, but recently there's been activity on the large format forum saying that they've gone back to activity. A user there has contact with the factory and he's been giving prices and shipping film already. They're cutting right now 4x5, I think 5x7 and 8x10 film, and the prices are pretty affordable. Everyone that's tried Shanghai film in medium format film knows that there was a little picky, but the large format film was pretty good for the price. So if you want to get into large format and you're looking for the cheapest film or trying experimenting with film, Shanghai is a good option. I'll leave the link below to the forum so you can contact the person that has direct contact with the factory. Another thing that I've seen this last week, this thing called Scanalogue, which is basically like a film box to scan your film, which you put your film inside a box and you retro illuminate it with like a light table, and you use your phone to take a picture as if it was a scanner. Then you convert it and you've got your picture. This is actually like product that's basically something you could do yourself, but this looks like just the next step up as a commercial product. I don't know if it's still available. I have the website linked below, but if it is available, it shouldn't be too expensive, and it's probably interesting if you don't really want to own a scanner. And as we all know, cameras on smartphones and tablets are getting better and better, so maybe you don't want to get a scanner and just use your phone. This is an option, so please check it out. In fundraising news, there's a Kickstarter for a hemp camera. It's 3D printed with hemp fibers. Hemp is basically the plant for cannabis. People use it and farm it to make materials, clothing, bags and stuff like that. So it doesn't need to be the drug. It's just the hemp from the cannabis plant that they use to produce this camera. If you want to support them, I'll leave the link below. In other news, in Kickstarter, Lomography, the big renowned analog company, has launched a Lomo instant automatic camera, but it's a mini. So basically an instant camera using Fujifilm Instax mini film, which you can purchase pretty much anywhere nowadays. But this is supposed to give you more options for your, different shots or styles like Lomography always does. They reached their goal like in a day. They're already at $500,000 in their fundraising. They're launching different stretch goals, and if you want to check it out, just go to the link and support them. Osiris processor has announced recently that they won't be able to ship overseas in a time soon, but they're working on it. I don't know what happened to this because it actually already had shipped abroad, and I gave the news that they stopped, but basically they're working, I guess, with copyright or patents or something like that, and once they figure it out, they'll be able to ship it to the States or other places but China. Instant manufacturer New 55 has made a few announcements on their blog talking about the color 4x5 and also pack film. and what it would be needed to reach the possibility of making it profitable and consumer friendly with a price and the quality that we all want. So if you're interested in seeing, packed film or new 55 in color or supporting the new 55 black and white, it's a must read. I also discovered this week a brand called Luland that does large format accessories like lens boards or adapters for large format. They have a website which is hard to understand, but I'll leave the link below. They have interesting stuff if you want to purchase something like that. There's also an interesting event happening in Denton, Texas, which is a Polacon, like a Congress for Polaroid and instant films. This is organized by the Film Photographic and Denton Camera Exchange and some others. And if you're really interested in instant film or you're close by, I highly recommend you go. It's free. You have to register in Eventbrite. I left the link below. It's happening September 30th, I think. So if you manage to go, I would love to hear how it was, and I'll try to keep up with the event. Also, camera manufacturer Alpa has come out with a special box edition for their 70th anniversary and their 20th rebirth anniversary. If you don't know about this camera manufacturer, they used to make cameras a few years ago. Then they closed their factories and they reopened 20 years ago. So they came out with a box edition with a really nice camera with a film holder and some film. It's actually nice to see nowadays a special edition to commemorate an anniversary come out with a film back in film, because this means that even though years go by, we still have film. It won't be obsolete. Also, a few months back, maybe a year ago, we all saw some images on Facebook and a few blogs about Paris emptying their canals. In one of the canals, you could actually see motorcycles and trash and other things, but there was a Rolleiflex in the water. We don't know how long it had been in the water, but someone picked up that camera, fixed it, has repaired the whole thing, and is already out there shooting with his camera. I'll leave the link below. It's actually really interesting that someone managed to, save a camera that was basically flooded in a canal for I don't know how long, and fixed it and is using it. That's the whole beauty of mechanical cameras, because if something didn't really break that was big or not exchangeable, you can still bring it back to life. Last but not least, we have Photokina 2016 coming up at the end of the month. It's a fair for photography. It's probably one of the biggest in Europe and probably one of the biggest in the world. It happens every 2 years, and I will try to be there, covering all the news in the traditional photography, film photography, analog photography world from Germany. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you have any information, send me an email to the email below, or you can find me on social network and give me hints about what you've seen or what you've heard. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.